how you guys can fail in your career, right? I want to make sure I give you tips on how you will fail. I want to give you the tips on what will make your life unsuccessful. Are you on for it?
Yes.
You want to learn how to be unsuccessful? Yes or no? Okay, so the first thing I think you guys should do, and I think as a part of this speech I'll also tell you what I do and something about my company, but just as a starting point I want to tell you how you can fail in your life. The first thing I think if you want to fail in your life is take things for granted. Okay? The other thing I guess you should do is don't believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, I think you'll be very, very unsuccessful. What you should also do is keep giving up. And let me give you this little funny example. So there was this chick. I have been trying to convince her that, okay, I wanted to date her. So I've been trying to convince her. So first time when I met her, it was like first love at first sight. You know how it is. So I get in there like this, with this, like this a bit. And I say, hey. So she also says, hey. We talk a bit and then I said, can I take you out for a coffee? So this chick obviously, what? She says, no. I kept trying and trying. First day, next week, 1 month later, I kept trying and trying and trying and trying. She got so fed up of me, and through one of her friends, she passes on the message. She says, even if this guy was the last guy on the earth, I would not date him. Even if the hell breaks on me, I would not date this guy. Even if there was an opportunity to be the last person on this world so that humanity continues, then possibly I would date. And I said, what? Possibly? Oh, wait, there is a hope there. And then I tried and tried. So I think what I mean to say here is, in your life you will come up with so many obstacles. People will just try to stop you at each and every place. You try to do something, people will say you cannot do that. And I think the reason why people don't succeed in life, I guess there are two reasons why people don't succeed. One is they don't believe in themselves. And the other reason is people around you don't believe in yourself. I guess those are the only two reasons why somebody fails. So, who will believe in yourself? I think you are the only guy, you are the only person. If you want to do something, you should believe in yourself. The others around you will never believe on you or believe in you unless and until you believe in yourself. You know this lady, okay, I forgot her name, the writer of Harry Potter.
J.K. Rowling.
Yes. You know, she went out, you know Harry Potter, the book for Harry Potter.
Yeah.
I guess all of you know that. Yes or no? Now this lady, Harry Potter, the writer of Harry Potter, she had this idea, she wrote this book, some chapters, and she went to the publisher. The first publisher looks at it, throws it out. She goes to the second, throws it out. Third, fourth, fifth, sixth. You know, when she succeeded, I think she went out trying and trying for quite some time. She went to all the publishers. And now what happened after that? We all know what happened after that. I think she became so successful. She minted money, the movies came out, and I think now she's on the top. Why did that happen? Why? I think the reason that happened there is because she did not give up. She believed in herself. The people around her did not believe in her. She thought, okay, this book who is going to read? I know the story was not so straightforward. It was a bit of a weird story. But she believed that she can do that. The people around her did not believe, but she believed. And then, because she believed, she was able to convince the people around her that, look, give me an opportunity. And that's how that happened. And I think you will see many of these cases, people who are successful in life, they have really tried a lot before they've reached there. So success, I wish I had something to draw, but you see mostly people would just think that the success is like you are here and you go like this. But it's not like that. You know how it goes? You are here. You go up, down, all the way, then you reach there. Anywhere down the line, if you give up, you guys will be the biggest loser. So that's my tip. For you to be unsuccessful, always give up. Guys, true? The other thing I think you should also remember and do it is, this is personally what I believe. I'm not sure, I mean, you don't have to believe with me, but this is what I believe. I think attitude is very important. I believe skills can be taught, but attitude cannot be taught. Possibly many of you would come to Craft Silicon for an interview. When people come to Craft Silicon for an interview, we don't look at, yes, it is important for us to look at your CVs. However, we don't look at your CV like line by line. We judge you on who you are, what your attitude is. Because we believe, I think knowledge can always be taught. We give you books and we give you training and we give you this and give you that. You know, many people would come and say, I'm interested in becoming rich. I'm interested in becoming on top of my career. You could have so many interests. Now, I had this guy called James. And we were having a beer one of these days in the evening somewhere. And he says, oh, this chick, I'm interested in this girl. And I'm interested here. And I'm interested here. And I'm interested there. And he had a long list of like 10 girls he was interested in. He died, I think, bachelor. So you must focus on something. Yes, you could have all sorts of interests, but you should be passionate about something. You can't say, I love everything. You need to figure out what you are good at. And I think one of the mistakes that parents are making these days, and even when I was a kid, I'm sure my mom made that mistake. When I was weak in mathematics, and when I was a kid, I was weak in mathematics, but I was good in arts. So what she did? She hired a mathematics teacher to teach me maths. So what happened is, because I was bad in maths, the teacher, I was not interested, I was not passionate about mathematics. I messed up. Whatever she spent on me for mathematics, by hiring that teacher, I did learn mathematics. And I had that passion about arts, I was not even successful there. So I messed up in arts and I messed up in mathematics. The reason is, I think if you are good at something and if you are bad at something, people put a lot of emphasis on making what you are bad at look good. I think if you are bad at something, I believe you should just forget that. Only focus on what you are good at. Because I think that will make it much easier for you to excel on what you are good at. So I think with that, let me share you what we do and who I am. As I said, my name is Kamal. I'm the CEO and founder for Craft Silicon. I founded this company a couple of years back. I came to Kenya. She said I'm a maths graduate. I'm yet to get my degree. I came out, I had a friend, you know, in India, I'm an Indian. I was born and brought up in India, but I'm a Kenyan citizen. So in India, this is how it works. The final exams happen in March, and then the degree certificates start coming out in June, July. I had a friend who was working in Kenya, and there was an opportunity to work in Kenya. So he calls me somewhere, I think it was early January. He calls me and says, look, my company is looking for some people, ABCD, he wants to do something in the computer software, you need to enter the data and this and that. Are you interested? I said, wow, I had never traveled outside India. I said, this is a good opportunity for me. So I forgot about my final year and the exams, and I took a flight and I came to Nairobi. Now when I came to Nairobi, the job was that, and this is how it happens in India. Everybody in India, they learn computers in the evening. Oh, you might be doing a degree course somewhere in the college, but in your free time in the evening, you also do something to do with software and the computers. I think everyone tries to learn software and computer hardware as the part-time knowledge. So I used to do that. So when I came to Kenya, my job was to, they would bring in all those invoices. I am supposed to enter them onto the computer, print out the reports and hand it over to somebody. This was a daily job. You do the same thing over and over again. In the morning you come, you have all these 200 invoices, you put them in the system, and life continues. In the evening you go back home. That job was not so good. I came with a lot of hopes. I thought, oh my God, I'm going to conquer the whole world because I'm going. Nobody in my family has ever traveled abroad in India. So even when I was coming to Kenya, it was like a huge ceremony back home there. Putting garlands and photos and claps and singing and the dancing. Now when I came to Kenya and I saw this job, at some point I said, I must go back because this is too boring job, the pay was not there. So for 2-3 months I made up my mind I must go back. But going back, there was a serious problem. Back home there, everyone thought I was like a king. And obviously I also used to send them pictures where I projected myself sitting on nice sofas like this, working on a computer. So there was a serious challenge for me to go back home there. I used to stay as a paying guest somewhere in Westlands. Somebody who was staying right next to my home was an IT manager for a bank. His bank was looking for some software. So one day in the evening we were just chit-chatting. He says, look, my bank is looking for this, can I do that? I had no clue on how the banking is. I learned a bit of physics here and there. I had never done any accounting in the finance and the banking. But I said, okay, no problem, let's do it. So in the evening, obviously in the morning I used to do the invoicing and everything in my office. In the evening I was trying to write some software for this bank. The people at the place where I was working found out that I am trying to do something which I'm not supposed to do. I guess when you are in employment, you can't do something outside. It's not really ethical. But I was doing that. And this guy finds out that I'm trying to do something outside. He got so pissed off. One day he calls me in his office and he deports me back to India. I didn't want to go to India because, I was going to be badly exposed to my family. And here I was forced to go back to India. I'm close to my sister, so I didn't call my mom. I called my sister and said, look, this is how it is. What can I do? So obviously she was on my side and she said, okay, that's the case. I went back to India without informing anybody. She booked a ticket back for me coming to Kenya. Because I thought when I come back to Kenya, this job that I was doing in the evening to write a software for a bank, possibly I could give full time and I can finish it quickly. So I came back. But when I came back, the life was again not so rosy because at least when I was in the employment, I had a monthly income on which I could pay I used to stay as a paying guest, so I could pay the lady there, I could use something here and there to survive. But when I came back, there was nothing. So I guess for about a year or so, the life was so miserable. To a point where there are times I would go and see a friend at like about 7 o'clock. And I would tell him, hey, how are you? I was just passing by here and I thought to pop in your house. The guy almost taking that dinner and says, we are taking dinner. Would you like to join me? I said, no, I'm fine. Guy would say, are you sure? No, no, please join. Okay, if you insist. This is how it happened. I could have easily given up. However, I think I had a passion, I wanted to do something, I believed that I can do something, and that's how it continued. For 3, 4, 5 years, there were times, trust me, I'm not lying or I'm not just exaggerating here. There were times the guy would call me from the bank and says, come and see me at 9:30. So I would walk from Westlands, where I used to stay as a paying guest, onto the town. The guy says, I'm a bit busy, can you come at like 2:30? Now what the hell I'm supposed to do between like 10 and 2:30? I can't go back and then come back walking. I used to go to Uhuru Park, just opposite there, take a rest under the tree. Then when it's 2:30, now you go back. He says, okay, fine, can you come back tomorrow? Can you do this? Can you do that? Go, went through all that shit, did not give up. So guys, please, I think now coming on to the right track of the speech, if you want to succeed in life, be it an employment, be it a career, be it personal life, professional life, I guess don't give up. Be passionate about what you do, but figure out what is good for you. You know, don't just say, I want a job in this company and I'm going to work hard. If you do not love what you do, if you are not passionate about something, once the life becomes difficult and you can't take it, if you are not passionate, you can easily give up. Look for something that you like. Look for something that you are passionate about. Then it becomes so easy for you not to give up. So then, as the life continued, I think I was able to deliver the software to this first bank. Obviously, they did not pay me much, but I had some money at that point that the bank gave me from one customer to the other customer and to the other customer. I guess that was the story of Craft Silicon. As we speak, we are possibly one of the largest software providers across the emerging countries. We provide software to about 40 countries sitting out from Nairobi, Kenya. We hired close to about 200 people right here in Nairobi, an office in India, in Nigeria, in Tanzania, and in the US. People say Craft Silicon is successful. I don't think so. I think we have a long way to go. I mean, companies like Facebook, they're so big. Companies like Google's and Yahoo's and Microsoft, they're so big. When you compare those big companies with some of the companies like us and the others in the country, we are so small. I want you guys to contribute so that we can put Kenya on the world map. I guess with that, if you have some questions, I will be willing to take them. Thank you.
You established Craft Silicon to over 50 million net worth and still targeting more. So how is the capital raising procedures in Kenya, and how would you advise them about the learning challenges in Kenya?
I guess first of all, if you want to start your business, unless and until you have a super rich dad or a super rich mom, I think it's very, very difficult. Nobody gives a shit about you when you want to raise a capital for a startup. So I think raising a capital is going to be very, very difficult. However, you must start small. Start something that you can afford. If you have something, little savings, start with that. Because if you go out to those venture capitalists, if you go out to the angel investors in the country, it becomes, because they don't know you. It's not that they don't want to lend the money, it's just that they don't know you. I mean, these people are out there, they are also out in the business to make money. They give you money, you become profitable, you give them the returns. Because they don't know you, they can't lend you money. And for you to make sure that they know you, for them to know you, you need to do something. So I believe and I advise that you start something small. That something small, make it a bit bigger and a bit bigger. When it is slightly bigger, then I guess people would be willing to lend you money. People would be willing to invest in something. That's how at least I started, and I think I believe is the right way to start.
Craft Silicon is becoming a little bit established. I remember you said that you are not there yet, but according to our Kenyan standards, you are at a level that we want to admire you. And sometime last year, Craft Silicon was ranked among the best places to work in Kenya. And my question to you is not about why it was ranked the best places to work in Kenya. My question is, what type of employees are you looking for that are making Craft Silicon the best? I mean, are you looking for people who have the best grades, or what level of productivity are you looking at?
I think we like people who are committed. Okay? We like people who are passionate. We like people who believe that they can give something back to Craft Silicon. Yes, we look at your grades and we look at your knowledge. We look at your career history. We look at how and what kind of subjects that you have taken in the college. However, we also look at what you can deliver, because we are a software company, and in software company we are not a manufacturing company where you have the machines and you operate. The biggest asset for Craft Silicon are our people, because they sit down in front of a computer, they write amazing programs. These programs, when you go out and sell, we make money. So we need these amazing people who can deliver amazing things. And when I say amazing and when I say awesome, I think everyone in this here, not just you, everyone in this world is awesome. It's just that people don't bring out the awesomeness that they have to everyone. You keep it to yourself. I think bring it out, work committedly, and I think not just Craft Silicon, you go anywhere, you will start shining.
Would you say that your networks have helped you build Craft Silicon? And if they have, what level of advice would you give to these young people about the power of networking?
Also very important, because how do you grow companies? How do you become successful? How do you become successful not just in your personal life but as well as your professional life? You build up by building a good networking. People see who you are by what kind of people you deal with. Who are your friends? Who are the people you talk to? Because you learn a lot from there. When I came to Kenya, obviously I didn't have friends, but my friends taught me a lot. The people who I used to roam around with, they taught me a lot. I think so. Networking is so important. You must select people who can really add value to what you are doing.
You have an employment strategy. Before I just pick out some questions from the audience, you have an employment strategy that I like, that you always keep people who are brighter than you around you. What is in that strategy, and why is it necessary to have people who are brighter than you around you?
Okay, in Craft Silicon, if let's say Craft Silicon was already there and I am applying as a job for CEO for Craft Silicon, I think I would be rejected. And the reason I would be rejected is taking up a position of a CEO of a company is because I don't think I am the brightest guy. I don't think I am the most talented person in Craft Silicon. Just for the fact that I founded Craft Silicon, just for the fact that it's me who started it, I am the CEO there. But I'm not the brightest guy there. There are so many people who are brighter than me in Craft Silicon. But this is how you do it. You give them an opportunity to show their brightness. If you come to Craft Silicon, for example, if I don't understand something, I go to the guy who is brighter than me and says, can you please explain me? There is no harm. If I go and ask someone, if you go and ask someone, can you teach me this? You are not going to be down. You are just educating yourself. I think you should also do the same. If you find anyone who is more brighter than you, stick to that guy, stick to that person. Learn from that person. Once you learn from her, then obviously you can also educate some other guys. So I believe that people you stay around with, people you network with are very, very important because they educate you. Every day you learn something new.
You've been in Kenya for quite some time now. What are some of maybe 2 or 3 challenges you found dealing with the Kenyan young graduates at the entry level? What are some of the biggest challenges you found dealing with them as employees at Craft Silicon?
Okay, not just saying the employment, but I think in general, not just young Kenyans, but the generation X and the Ys, and now even the future generations. I think there is a problem because everyone wants to do things very quickly. Somebody wants to start a business and even before it's 6 months, they want to make sure that the business is big. I think we are not patient enough to make sure that we grow. We are too quicker. We want results to be much faster. I think that's not possible. When you go out into the corporate world, it's not possible. You need to keep your patience in order for you to grow. Things can't happen overnight. Even when you want to, it takes 9 months for a baby to born. So you can't say, oh my God, let's rush it to 2 months. Can that happen? It can't happen.
So young Kenyans are not patient.
Yeah, we must. I think we must keep patience. I also feel that a lot of us Kenyans, we keep jumping. I have so many friends who have like 20 businesses and none of them are doing well. Why that guy or that lady focus on something, one of those 20 businesses, just focus on one. I do this, I have a champagne, I'm selling this, I'm selling that, I go to Dubai, I do this. I mean, the list is just endless. And when you add up all that, the guy is still broke all the time. However, if you would have focused on something, so I believe that we are not focusing. And I advise that all of you here, if you know what you like, just focus on that thing. Just keep focusing, and I'm sure, once you do something, money will automatically come. You know this company called WhatsApp. I'm sure all of you know, and many of you are on WhatsApp. WhatsApp, how do they make money? Anyone? Before, and Facebook bought WhatsApp. For how much? $19 billion US. And here Craft Silicon is like $50 million. 19 billion, heaven's sake, 19 billion, I don't know, that's even more than Kenya's budget. So what I'm saying here is the guy behind WhatsApp, they were very passionate. They wanted to ensure that everyone uses their platform. They had no income revenue, there are no advertisement, there's nothing else. They had no revenue stream. But they knew that once WhatsApp is big, money will automatically flow. I guess you guys also should do the same. Focus on something that you like, keep doing, and I guess money will follow.
I'm Kevin from University of Nairobi, and I study electrical engineering. My question to Mr. Kamal is, in your company, do you give internship or training to university students? And if you do that, you do to which type students who major in what courses? Thank you.
I recently graduated from the University of Nairobi. Now I wanted to ask if you have current graduate programs being offered at Silicon.
What keeps you going, like you already like your network compared to the rest? What keeps you going? What makes you like want to wake up and do? Okay, like for me, if I had even a million, I would retire or something.
Morning, my name is Michael Mutier, and I'm an undergraduate student in JKUAT University. And my question to you, Mr. Kamal, is that I think you mentioned earlier that you do offer internship opportunities, but I work with an education group called ACAD, and what we do is we train and mentor students from Azanias from Form 2 till they get into the market, till they get into the employment sector. So my question to you is that do you offer job shadowing opportunities so that as we work with such kids, we can provide opportunities for them to visit companies like Craft Silicon for our youth who are passionate about IT and software creation, so that by the time they get into the employment sectors after school, they have a knowledge of what to expect and how to do what they are prepared to do when they're done with school. Thank you.
So do you offer internships at Craft Silicon, and to whom do you offer internships?
We offer internship all the year round. Send us your CVs, but mostly because Craft Silicon is an IT company, I think 80 to 90% of our workforce are software related work. So if you are into the IT space, if you are into the software, then you can send us your CVs. We give internships throughout the year. We also keep on hiring. We don't say we are hiring in March or hiring in June or July. We hire year round. If I'm out somewhere, even when I'm stuck in traffic and a guy comes and I find him bright, next day he's at Craft Silicon. So I think if we don't have a specific time on when we offer internships or jobs, keep on applying. If you are bright enough, we'll call you. If you are passionate enough, we'll call you and we'll offer you something. The Craft Silicon is the best place to work for, trust me.
Now, related to that, what are the graduate programs at Craft Silicon? The graduate training programs, the graduate employment programs. That was from Elizabeth.
I don't understand.
Elizabeth, clarification needed on the graduate program. So Steve, please, as you get back to Elizabeth for the clarification, the question from the lady over here was, what keeps you going as you wait for the clarification of the graduate programs?
I think it's just the passion that keeps me going. I don't think money is everything. When you have $1 million, you'll want to make 2 million. When you have 2, you'll make. You said you'll retire at $1 million. Trust me, the day you get $1 million, you want to aspire for 2. And the day you get 2, you'll want to aspire for 3. So I don't think money is yes, money, everyone needs money and everyone likes money, but I don't think money is a motivating factor. Not for any one of us. You might think if I get money, I will just be so motivated. The motivation of a money is so short. If you get money today, in like 2 months, the money is gone, the motivation is gone. I think, as I said, you must find out something that you love, and that something that you love will keep you motivated all year round.
Do you offer job shadowing? That's from Michael.
Shadowing is what?
That is, he deals with an education program where they train young children, and he's asking if you can have the platform where you allow the young children to visit companies like Craft Silicon and just know what you're doing.
Oh yes, you are most welcome.
So he could have a conversation with you after this. So Michael, please have a conversation with Kamal after this.
As for doing business or operations in your company. So I was asking, do you have any program that would make graduate fit into the system before you actually take them into the departments?
So that's what we call internships. When you are fresh from the college, obviously we understand that you have no experience, but we still allow you to work in our ecosystem and put you in a place where you can learn what we do. And then once you learn, you start delivering to us. So obviously when you come to Craft Silicon, we don't just tell you, here it is, do it, and how you do it, that's not my problem. I guess you undergo some trainings that will make you learn what we do so that you can deliver back to the company.